What if every choice you've ever made, every decision, big or small, created an entirely new universe? A universe where a different version of you is living out the consequences of that choice, right now, somewhere out there in the vast expanse of existence. This isn't just the stuff of science fiction. It's one of the most mind-bending ideas at the heart of the multiverse theory. A concept that's not only reshaping how scientists understand reality, but also challenging everything we think we know about our place in the cosmos. The multiverse is more than just a fascinating idea. It's a growing topic of discussion in both science and pop culture, sparking debates, inspiring stories, and leaving us with more questions than answers. But here's the thing, the more we explore the multiverse, the more unsettling it becomes. What if our universe is just one of countless others, each with its own set of rules, its own version of history, and its own version of you? In this video, we're diving into the 10 most unsettling facts about the multiverse, facts that will make you question reality, challenge your understanding of existence, and maybe even keep you up at night. From the eerie implications of infinite parallel worlds to the haunting possibility that we're not alone in ways we can't even comprehend, this journey will take you to the very edge of what we think we know. And here's a sneak peek at what's coming first. What if the multiverse isn't just a collection of alternate realities, but a place where every possible outcome of every possible event is happening all at once? Stick around, because this is just the beginning of a journey that will leave you questioning everything. What if somewhere out there, there's a version of you who made a different choice at a critical moment in life? A version who took that job, moved to that city, or said yes instead of no. According to the multiverse theory, this isn't just a hypothetical, it's a mathematical possibility. In fact, if the multiverse is real, there isn't just one alternate version of you. There are infinite versions, each living out the consequences of every possible decision you could have made. This idea, often referred to as the many worlds interpretation, suggests that every time a choice is made, the universe splits into multiple branches. In one universe, you might be a world-famous musician. In another, you might have never been born at all. Physicist Brian Greene puts it this way: the multiverse is not just a theory of parallel universes. It's a theory of parallel use, but here's where it gets unsettling. If there are infinite universes, then there's a version of you for every possible outcome. A version who achieved everything you ever dreamed of. A version who failed in ways you can't even imagine. And even a version who made choices so different that they're unrecognizable as you. The sheer scale of this idea can feel overwhelming. It forces us to confront questions like, what defines who we are? Are we the sum of our choices, or are we just one thread in an infinite tapestry of possibilities? And then there's the question of meeting another version of yourself. Would you want to? Could you handle seeing a version of you who succeeded where you failed, or who took a path you regret not taking? It's a thought experiment that's as fascinating as it is unnerving. But the multiverse isn't just about alternate versions of you, it's about alternate versions of everything. Universes where the laws of physics are completely different, where time flows backward, or where life as we know it could never exist. And that brings us to the next unsettling fact, the darker side of infinite possibilities. What happens when the multiverse isn't just a playground of endless outcomes, but a place where reality itself becomes unpredictable and even dangerous? Now let's take a step into the shadows. If the multiverse contains infinite possibilities, then it's not just a collection of brighter, better worlds. It's also home to universes where everything went catastrophically wrong. These are the so-called dark universes, places where war, disaster, or tyranny have reshaped reality into something unrecognizable. Think of a version of Earth where a single decision or a single mistake spiraled into chaos. A world where nuclear war wiped out civilization, where a pandemic never ended, or where a dystopian regime controls every aspect of life. This isn't just the stuff of grim science fiction. It's a logical extension of multiverse theory. If every possible outcome exists somewhere, then somewhere out there, there's a universe where humanity's worst nightmares came true. Theoretical physics doesn't shy away from this idea. In fact, it suggests that these dark universes are just as real and just as likely as the one we're living in right now. Pop culture has explored this concept in fascinating ways. Take Marvel's What If series, for example. It imagines alternate realities where key events unfolded differently, leading to wildly divergent outcomes. What if the Avengers never assembled? What if a hero turned villain? These stories aren't just entertaining, they're a glimpse into the unsettling possibilities of the multiverse. But here's the chilling part. If the multiverse is real, then these dark universes aren't just stories. They're out there somewhere, existing alongside our own. A version of Earth where the Cold War escalated into global annihilation. A version where climate change went unchecked, leaving the planet uninhabitable. Or even a version where humanity never evolved at all. The idea that somewhere a version of our world is in ruins is both humbling and deeply unsettling. And it raises a haunting question. What makes our universe the good one? Is it just luck that we're here in a reality where life thrives and progress continues? Or is there something more at play? This brings us to the next unsettling fact, one that challenges our understanding of time and space itself. What happens when the rules of the multiverse create paradoxes so profound that they defy logic? What if the very fabric of reality is more fragile than we ever imagined? Imagine a world where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs missed Earth entirely. Picture a timeline where those ancient giants never went extinct, where mammals remained small and insignificant, and where humans never evolved to walk the planet. This isn't just a wild what-if scenario, it's a real possibility within the multiverse. Alternate histories like this are more than just fascinating thought experiments. They're a window into the chaotic, unpredictable nature of reality itself. The multiverse doesn't just allow for alternate versions of the present, it opens the door to alternate versions of the past, universes where history unfolded in completely different ways. A world where the Roman Empire never fell, a timeline where the Industrial Revolution happened centuries earlier or never at all. These alternate histories aren't just hypothetical, they're mathematically possible under the rules of multiverse theory. But here's where things get truly mind-bending. If alternate histories exist, then so do time paradoxes. Take the infamous grandfather paradox, for example. What if you traveled back in time and prevented your own grandfather from meeting your grandmother? Would you cease to exist, or would your actions create a new timeline branching off into a separate universe? Stephen Hawking once described this as one of the most perplexing challenges in theoretical physics. He argued that the laws of the universe might prevent such paradoxes from occurring, but in the multiverse, the rules aren't so clear-cut. In a multiverse, every paradox might simply spawn a new reality, a universe where you never existed, a timeline where your actions in the past created a completely different future. The implications are staggering. It means that time itself might not be a straight line but a tangled web of possibilities, each thread representing a different version of history. And it's not just about personal paradoxes. Think about the broader implications. What if a single event like the assassination of a world leader or the discovery of a groundbreaking technology unfolded differently in another universe? Entire civilizations could rise or fall based on the tiniest changes. The multiverse isn't just a collection of alternate presents, it's a mosaic of alternate pasts, each one shaping its own unique future. This raises a haunting question. If alternate histories are real, how do we know our own history is the true one? Could there be universes where our understanding of the past is completely wrong? Where events we think are set in stone never happened or happened in ways we can't even imagine? As we grapple with these questions, we're forced to confront the fragility of reality itself. The multiverse doesn't just challenge our understanding of time and history, it forces us to rethink what we know about cause and effect, about the nature of existence, and even about the concept of truth. And this brings us to an even stranger idea, one that takes the unsettling nature of the multiverse to a whole new level. What if, in the vast expanse of infinite universes, there are realities where consciousness exists without bodies, where the very fabric of reality gives rise to minds that float in the void, untethered from time and space? This is the eerie concept of Boltzmann brains, and it's where our journey into the multiverse takes its next unsettling turn. Now, let's venture into one of the strangest and most unsettling ideas the multiverse has to offer: Boltzmann brains. Imagine for a moment that somewhere in the vast emptiness of space, a fully self-aware mind spontaneously forms. Not a brain attached to a body, not a person living in a world, but a lone, disembodied consciousness floating in the void. This is the bizarre concept of a Boltzmann brain, a thought experiment that pushes the boundaries of what we think we know about reality. The idea comes from the work of physicist Ludwig Boltzmann, who explored the nature of entropy and the randomness of the universe. In an infinite multiverse where every possible configuration of matter and energy can exist, it's not just planets, stars, and galaxies that form. Given enough time and space, even the most improbable things can happen, including the spontaneous creation of a self-aware mind. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. If Boltzmann brains are possible, then there's a chance, however small, that you might be one. Right now, you could be a lone consciousness imagining the entire universe around you. The people you know, the world you see, the life you're living. It could all be a fabrication of your mind conjured up in the void of space. This isn't just a wild sci-fi scenario. It's a legitimate scientific hypothesis that challenges our understanding of reality. Physicists have debated the Boltzmann brain paradox for years, trying to reconcile it with what we know about the universe. On one hand, the odds of a Boltzmann brain forming are astronomically low. But in an infinite multiverse, even the most improbable events are not just possible, they're inevitable. So how would you know if your reality is real? How could you prove that you're not just a Boltzmann brain floating in the void, imagining everything around you? These questions aren't just philosophical, they're deeply unsettling. They force us to confront the fragility of our perception and the limits of what we can truly know. And then there's the loneliness of it all. If you were a Boltzmann brain, you'd be completely isolated, cut off from any real connection to the universe. No stars, no planets, no other minds to interact with, just you, alone in the void, imagining a world that doesn't exist. It's a haunting thought, one that underscores the eerie possibilities of the multiverse. But the Boltzmann brain paradox isn't just about cosmic loneliness. It's also a reminder of how little we truly understand about the nature of reality. The multiverse isn't just a collection of alternate worlds, it's a place where the rules of existence can bend and break in ways we can't even begin to comprehend. And this brings us to the next unsettling fact, one that takes the idea of the multiverse to an even grander scale. What if, among the infinite universes, there are civilizations far more advanced than our own? Civilizations that have mastered the multiverse itself, bending it to their will. The idea of parallel civilizations is as thrilling as it is unnerving, and it's where our journey takes its next turn. Now, let's shift our focus to a possibility that's as awe-inspiring as it is unsettling: the existence of parallel civilizations. If the multiverse is real, then it's not just alternate versions of Earth or humanity that exist, it's entire civilizations, some of which may be far more advanced than our own. Imagine a universe where a species evolved millions of years before us, mastering technology and science in ways we can't even begin to comprehend. These civilizations might not just be exploring their own universe, they could be exploring the multiverse itself, hopping between realities with ease. This idea ties directly into one of the biggest questions in science, the Fermi paradox. If the universe or multiverse is teeming with life, why haven't we encountered any evidence of it? In a multiverse with infinite possibilities, the odds of intelligent life existing elsewhere seem almost certain. So, where is everyone? One unsettling possibility is that advanced civilizations are out there, but they exist in parallel universes completely inaccessible to us. They might have discovered ways to traverse the multiverse, observing us from afar while we remain oblivious to their existence. Think about it. If a civilization had the technology to explore other universes, why would they bother with ours? We might be like ants to them, too primitive to even notice, or perhaps they've chosen to remain hidden, avoiding interference with less advanced species. This idea isn't just speculative, it's grounded in real scientific theories. Astrophysicists have proposed that advanced civilizations could harness the energy of entire galaxies, or even manipulate the fabric of spacetime itself. In a multiverse, the possibilities are endless, but here's the chilling part. If these civilizations exist, they might not be friendly. Imagine a universe where a hostile species has conquered countless realities, spreading destruction across the multiverse. Or a civilization so advanced that they see other universes as nothing more than resources to exploit. The idea of parallel civilizations isn't just about wonder, it's about the potential dangers lurking in the infinite expanse of existence. And then there's the question of discovery. What if we're not the ones who find them, but they find us? What if one day we wake up to the realization that we're not alone and never have been? The thought of being observed, studied, or even manipulated by a civilization from another universe is both thrilling and deeply unsettling. This brings us to the next unsettling fact, one that challenges our understanding of life, death, and the very nature of existence. What if, in the multiverse, death isn't the end? What if there's a version of you that never dies, no matter what happens? This is the eerie concept of quantum immortality, and it's where our journey takes its next unsettling turn. What if death isn't the end? What if, no matter what happens, there's always a version of you that survives? This is the unsettling idea behind quantum immortality, a concept that takes the multiverse to its most personal and existential extreme. Imagine this: every time you face a life-threatening situation, your consciousness doesn't end. It simply shifts to a universe where you survive. In this scenario, death as we know it might not exist for you, at least not in the way we traditionally think of it. The theory of quantum immortality stems from the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. According to this idea, every time a decision or event occurs, the universe splits into multiple branches, each representing a different outcome. So, if you were in a car accident, for example, there's a universe where you didn't make it, but there's also a universe where you survived. And here's the twist: from your perspective, you'd always find yourself in the universe where you're still alive. Your consciousness would never experience the version of reality where you died. This raises some profound and deeply unsettling questions. If quantum immortality is real, does that mean you could live forever? Would your consciousness keep shifting to new realities, endlessly avoiding death? Physicist Max Tegmark has explored this idea, suggesting that in an infinite multiverse, there's always a timeline where you survive, no matter how unlikely it seems. But let's pause for a moment and think about what this really means. Eternal existence might sound like a dream at first, but what if it's more of a curse? Imagine living through countless realities, watching the world around you change in unpredictable ways, while you remain trapped in an endless cycle of survival. Would you still feel like you after 1,000 years, 1,000,000, Or would the weight of infinite existence erode your sense of self? And then there's the question of identity. If your consciousness keeps shifting to new realities, are you still the same person? Or are you just a series of fragments, each one slightly different from the last? Philosophers have long debated the nature of selfhood, but quantum immortality takes these questions to a whole new level. This idea also challenges our understanding of mortality itself. Death has always been seen as a universal truth, something that binds all living things. But if quantum immortality is real, then death might not be the end. It might just be a transition to another reality. This doesn't just change how we think about life, it changes how we think about existence itself. As we grapple with these questions, we're forced to confront the limits of our understanding. The multiverse isn't just a collection of alternate worlds, it's a place where the very nature of life and death can be rewritten. And that brings us to the next unsettling fact, one that challenges our most fundamental beliefs about choice and destiny. What happens when the multiverse calls into question the very idea of free will? What if every choice you've ever made wasn't really a choice at all? What if, in the grand scheme of the multiverse, your decisions were already predetermined, playing out in countless realities where every possible outcome exists? This is the unsettling idea at the heart of the seventh fact, the illusion of free will. The multiverse theory doesn't just suggest that alternate versions of you exist, it implies that every decision you could possibly make has already been made somewhere in the infinite expanse of existence. In one universe, you chose to watch this video, in another you didn't. In one, you pursued your dream career, in another, you took a completely different path. But here's the twist. If every possible choice is being played out somewhere, does that mean you ever really had a choice to begin with? This idea ties into a long-standing philosophical debate, determinism versus free will. Determinism argues that every event, including human decisions, is the inevitable result of prior causes. In other words, the universe is like a giant clockwork machine, ticking along a predetermined path. Free will, on the other hand, suggests that we have the power to make genuine choices, shaping our own destinies. But the multiverse complicates this debate in ways that are both fascinating and deeply unsettling. Take quantum mechanics, for example. At the subatomic level, particles behave in unpredictable ways, seemingly making random choices. But in the multiverse, these choices aren't random. They're all happening, just in different universes. This means that what appears to be free will might just be the illusion of choice, with every possible outcome already written into the fabric of reality. Psychologists have also explored this tension. Studies on decision-making often reveal how much of our behavior is influenced by factors outside our conscious control: our upbringing, our environment, even the wiring of our brain. If our choices are shaped by forces we can't fully understand or control, how much freedom do we really have? But here's where it gets even more complicated. If the multiverse is real, then every version of you is making different choices, each one shaped by its own unique set of circumstances. So, while it might feel like you're exercising free will, you're really just one thread in an infinite tapestry of possibilities. This doesn't just challenge our sense of autonomy, it forces us to rethink what it means to be us. And yet, even if free will is an illusion, does that make our choices meaningless? Not necessarily. In a multiverse where every path is taken, the version of you in this universe is still living out a unique story, one that feels real and meaningful to you. The choices you make might not change the existence of other realities, but they still shape this reality, the one you're experiencing right now. This brings us to the next unsettling fact, one that pushes the boundaries of what we think we know about the universe itself. What if, among the infinite realities of the multiverse, there are universes where the laws of physics are completely different, where gravity doesn't exist or where time flows backward? The idea of alternate physical laws is as mind-bending as it is unnerving. and it's where our journey takes its next turn. Now, let's explore a universe, or rather, universes where the rules of reality as we know them don't apply. Imagine a place where gravity is so weak that planets never form, where time runs backward, or where matter behaves in ways that defy logic. These aren't just imaginative scenarios, they're real possibilities within the multiverse. In fact, some theoretical physicists argue that among the infinite realities, there are universes where the fundamental laws of physics are completely different from our own. Take gravity, for example. In our universe, gravity is what keeps planets in orbit, holds galaxies together, and keeps us grounded on Earth. But what if, in another universe, gravity was so weak that it couldn't even pull a single atom together? Stars might never ignite, planets might never coalesce, and life as we know it could be impossible. Or consider a universe where gravity is so strong that it crushes everything into black holes almost instantly. These aren't just hypotheticals, they're mathematical possibilities under the multiverse theory. Then there's the concept of time. In our universe, time flows in one direction, forward. But what if, in another reality, time ran backward? Imagine a universe where cause and effect are reversed, where the future influences the past, and where entropy decreases instead of increases. It's a mind-bending idea, but one that's grounded in the equations of theoretical physics. And let's not forget about matter itself. In our universe, matter behaves in predictable ways. Atoms bond to form molecules, which in turn create everything from stars to living organisms. But in a universe with different physical laws, matter might behave unpredictably. Particles could come together and fall apart in chaotic patterns, making stable structures like planets or even atoms impossible. So, could life exist in such alien universes? It's a question that challenges our understanding of what life even is. In a universe without gravity, could beings evolve to float freely in space? In a reality where time flows backward, could consciousness exist in reverse? These questions aren't just speculative, they force us to rethink the very definition of life and its potential forms. Theoretical physicist Lee Smolin once suggested that universes with different physical laws might be more common than we think. In fact, he proposed that the laws of physics in our universe might be the result of a kind of cosmic natural selection, where universes that can support life are more likely to exist. But if that's true, then universes with wildly different laws might still exist, they just might not be places where life as we know it could thrive. This brings us to an even stranger possibility. What if some universes are so alien that they're completely unrecognizable to us? Places where the very fabric of reality is so different that we couldn't even begin to comprehend them. The multiverse isn't just a collection of alternate Earths, it's a place where the rules of existence can be rewritten in infinite ways. And this leads us to the next unsettling fact, one that takes the multiverse to an even grander scale. What happens when these universes collide? What if the boundaries between realities aren't as fixed as we think, and the multiverse itself is a place of constant, chaotic interaction? This is the eerie concept of multiverse collisions, and it's where our journey takes its next turn. What if the boundaries between universes aren't as solid as we think? What if, somewhere out there in the vast expanse of the multiverse, entire realities are colliding, reshaping existence in ways we can't even imagine? This is the unsettling idea behind multiverse collisions, a phenomenon that could lead to cosmic catastrophes on a scale beyond anything we've ever experienced. The concept of universes colliding might sound like science fiction, but it's rooted in real scientific theories. One of the leading ideas comes from the field of cosmology, where researchers have proposed that our universe might not be alone in a static void. Instead, it could be one of countless bubbles floating in a higher dimensional space, each bubble representing a separate universe with its own unique laws of physics. And just like bubbles in a bathtub, these universes could bump into each other, merge, or even burst. When two universes collide, the results could be catastrophic. Imagine the energy released when two entire realities slam together. It would make the Big Bang look like a firecracker. Some scientists speculate that such collisions could trigger new Big Bangs, birthing entirely new universes in the process. Others suggest that a collision could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself, leading to the end of reality as we know it. But what would a multiverse collision actually look like? Picture this: a sudden, inexplicable burst of energy appearing in the night sky, growing brighter and brighter until it outshines the sun. Strange gravitational waves ripple through space, distorting time and bending light in ways that defy explanation. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the collision fades, leaving behind a universe forever changed, or perhaps a universe that no longer exists at all. These collisions aren't just theoretical possibilities, they might have already happened. Some cosmologists believe that certain anomalies in the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, could be evidence of ancient multiverse collisions. These scars in the fabric of our universe hint at a history far more chaotic and interconnected than we ever imagined. But here's the unsettling part. If multiverse collisions are real, then our universe might not be safe. At any moment, another reality could come crashing into ours, rewriting the laws of physics or wiping out existence entirely. It's a reminder of how fragile our place in the cosmos might be, and how little control we have over the forces that shape it. As we grapple with the idea of multiverse collisions, we're forced to confront the chaotic, unpredictable nature of existence itself. The multiverse isn't just a collection of separate worlds, it's a dynamic, ever-changing landscape where realities collide, merge, and transform in ways we can't fully comprehend. And this brings us to an even stranger possibility, one that challenges our understanding of reality itself. What if the multiverse isn't a natural phenomenon at all? What if it's a simulation created by an intelligence far beyond our own? This is the eerie concept of a simulated multiverse, and it's where our journey takes its next unsettling turn. What if everything we think we know about the multiverse, every alternate reality, every parallel universe, every infinite possibility isn't real at all? What if the multiverse itself is nothing more than a simulation, a vast digital construct created by an intelligence far beyond our comprehension? This is the 10th and perhaps most unsettling fact about the multiverse, the possibility that we're living in a simulated reality. The idea of a simulated multiverse isn't just the stuff of science fiction. It's a serious hypothesis that has been explored by philosophers, scientists, and futurists alike. One of the most prominent voices on this topic is Nick Bostrom, a philosopher at Oxford University. Bostrom's simulation argument suggests that if advanced civilizations exist, and if they have the technology to create simulations indistinguishable from reality, then the odds are high that we're living in one of those simulations. Here's how the logic works. If a civilization reaches a point where it can create simulations as complex as our universe, it's likely they'd create many of them. Over time, the number of simulated realities would vastly outnumber the one base reality. Statistically, the chances of us being in the original, non-simulated universe would be incredibly slim. In other words, it's more probable that we're living in a simulation than in the real world. But what would that mean for us? If the multiverse is a simulation, then everything we experience, every star, every planet, every version of ourselves, could be nothing more than lines of code. The laws of physics, the flow of time, even our own thoughts and emotions might be programmed constructs. It's a thought that's as fascinating as it is unnerving. And then there's the question of proof. How could we ever know if our reality is real? Some scientists have proposed looking for glitches in the simulation, tiny errors or inconsistencies in the fabric of reality that might reveal its digital nature. Others suggest that the very precision of the universe's physical constants could be evidence of design, like a finely tuned program. But even if we found such evidence, could we ever truly be sure? This idea also raises profound ethical and existential questions. If we're living in a simulation, does that make our lives less meaningful? Or does it simply mean that meaning itself is a construct, something we create within the framework of our programmed reality? And what about free will? If our choices are predetermined by the code of the simulation, do we have any real agency at all? The concept of a simulated multiverse doesn't just challenge our understanding of reality, it forces us to confront the very nature of existence. It's a reminder that no matter how much we learn, there's always the possibility that we're missing something fundamental, that the truth might be stranger and more unsettling than we ever imagined. And this brings us to the final, overarching question: what does it all mean? As we've explored these 10 unsettling facts about the multiverse, one thing has become clear: the more we learn, the more questions we have. The multiverse isn't just a scientific theory, it's a mirror, reflecting our deepest fears, our wildest dreams, and our endless curiosity about the nature of reality. So, as we wrap up this journey, let's take a moment to reflect. What if the multiverse is real? What if it's not? And what if the truth is something we can't even begin to comprehend? The answers might be out there, waiting to be discovered, or they might be closer than we think, hidden in the very fabric of our existence. The multiverse isn't just a mystery, it's an invitation to keep exploring, to keep questioning, and to never stop wondering about the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the horizon of our understanding. As we reach the end of this journey through the multiverse, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. From the infinite versions of ourselves living out every possible choice, to the dark universes where humanity's worst nightmares came true, the multiverse is a concept that challenges everything we think we know about reality. It's not just a collection of alternate worlds, it's a mirror that reflects the infinite possibilities of existence, forcing us to confront questions about who we are, where we come from, and what it all means. We've explored the eerie implications of quantum immortality, where death might not be the end but a transition to another reality. We've grappled with the unsettling idea of Boltzmann brains, disembodied consciousnesses floating in the void, imagining entire worlds. We've even considered the possibility that our universe is just one of countless bubbles in a cosmic sea, colliding and reshaping existence in ways we can't begin to comprehend. And let's not forget the haunting thought that all of this, every star, every planet, every version of you, might be nothing more than a simulation, a digital construct created by an intelligence far beyond our own. The multiverse isn't just a scientific theory, it's a philosophical puzzle, a cosmic riddle that invites us to rethink our place in the cosmos. It challenges our understanding of identity, free will, and even the nature of reality itself. Are we the sum of our choices, or are we just one thread in an infinite tapestry of possibilities? Do we have control over our destinies, or are we merely passengers in a universe or multiverse that's far stranger than we ever imagined? These questions don't have easy answers, and that's what makes the multiverse so fascinating. It's a reminder that no matter how much we learn, there's always more to discover. The universe or universes are full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled, and the multiverse is perhaps the greatest mystery of all. So, as we wrap up this exploration, let's leave you with a thought to ponder. The physicist Carl Sagan once said, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." Whether it's in this universe or another, the multiverse is a testament to the boundless wonder of existence. It's an invitation to keep asking questions, to keep exploring, and to never stop marveling at the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the horizon of our understanding. What do you think about the multiverse? Does it excite you, unsettle you, or leave you with more questions than answers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this journey into the mysteries of the cosmos, don't forget to subscribe for more mind-expanding content. The multiverse is vast, and our exploration of it is just beginning. Who knows what incredible discoveries await us next?